Yo, what up people? Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm doing good, thank you for asking. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different and discuss my personal opinion on Seer, the newest legend in, well, Apex Legends. Now, I recorded this footage on the day Seer came out, meaning that I couldn't even play him for the majority of the time I was trying to record. It took me like an hour and a half to finally use him because, of course, I never get first pick. And of course, when I did, we died immediately. It was a lot of fun. But anyways, I think Seer is a broken vessel. He is incredibly strong, and we are going to be splitting this video into 3 parts, since all legends have 3 parts to them. They're passive, tactical, and ultimate. Now before I begin, if you enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe because, first of all, it helps out a lot, but also, I make content on all sorts of video games in many different ways, like video essays for example. One of my favorite ones that I did recently was The Power of Silence in Video Games. I definitely recommend that one. But without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we?
Down that one.
I knew that, because I'm Seer.
So let's talk about Seer's passive first, and honestly I would say that his passive is the strongest of the 3 abilities. It's like a discount Bloodhound scan that doesn't need to be charged. It's insane how strong it is. Speaking of Bloodhound, look at this guy. I found him AFK. Actually, I found him via the heartbeat scan, so it was pretty cool. But anyways, to use the passive, all you need to do is zoom in and navigate the scared beating hearts of your enemies. It's very simple to use and to understand. A neat little trick, if you didn't know, you can actually zoom in when you holster your weapon, or without a weapon, you don't need a gun in your hand in order to use the heartbeat scan. Now once the scan turns completely orange or a different color, that means your sights are directly on an enemy, which is great for aiming your tactical ability, which I will get into later on, of course. And the range for his passive is also pretty freaking big. At 75 meters, that's pretty big. I can tell where an enemy is at all times before they even notice me. This also lets you know if the opponent is flanking you or running away. Like, so much information can be gathered from Seer's passive without needing to put yourself at risk. And like I said earlier, it's accessible at all times. I mean, you can toggle it off, but like, why would you? It's like having the ability to eat all the food in the world without gaining any sort of weight, but you decide to turn that off. I don't know, that was the first thing that came into my head. I mean, it's so useful that most of my Seer gameplay so far just consists of me running around and zooming in for a split second just to see if anyone is nearby. Now, that's not to say that his abilities should replace your eyesight. It's an amazing ability, don't get me wrong, but anyone beyond 75 meters is still clear cut, meaning they can also see you. I've only played Seer a handful of times because, again, I had to wait an hour and a half in between matches, but I already see an issue of myself personally zooming in and then trying to see if anyone's there, only to get destroyed by a sentinel or long-ranged sweat lord. It's not hard to balance using your eyes and the passive. I'm just an idiot, that's all. Although I will say that I love his passive for a different reason, because when I record with headphones on, like on my PlayStation, I get no audio on my footage for some stupid reason. I don't know why. So I play without headphones, which kinda sucks for footsteps. I mean, Apex already kinda sucks when it comes to footsteps, but even more so, I'm putting myself at a disadvantage. However, Seer's passive kinda negates that, so it's an amazing recording tool for me. It's weird, but it kinda works out. But regardless of recording capabilities with Seer, his passive, and from a gameplay perspective, is incredibly strong. Like, honestly, I don't know if it should be nerfed. I honestly don't know, but it is very strong as it stands. Let me know what you guys think. So now let's talk about Seer's Tactical, which I like to call the better Revenant. Revenant's Tactical, if you didn't know, it prevents opponents from using their abilities, but actually hitting the darn thing always feels like a trick shot.
Nailed it.
Now Seer disrupts pretty much everything, and it's kinda easy to aim, especially with the heartbeat sensor. It can interrupt healing, ultimates, tacticals, third parties, you name it. At first, I thought the width of the ability was a bit large, but as I use it more in battle, it's not completely broken, although it's much better than Revenant's still. And again, the range is great too. I believe it's also 75 meters. Now, if you land Seer's Tactical, you deal a mighty 10 damage. I know, big numbers there, but they're also highlighted for a very long time, showing the status of their shield and health. Seer just reveals a lot, I've noticed, and not like nudity, just information. Information about nudity. However, what makes this tactical really broken is that you can shoot it through the freaking walls.
Go, wall hacks. Okay.
Like, I don't know what they were thinking. This is a legend that has wall hacks. It's seriously unfair. Every other tactical or ultimate can be blocked by any sort of object, a door, a wall, another legend. But Seer's micro drones, they just don't care. It's an amazing tool, and like I said before, when you pair this with the passive, you can aim it precisely. Now, the enemy does have a moment to dodge out of the way. I've been on the receiving side, but if you're moving constantly and you see it for a split second, it shouldn't be much of a problem. It's something to watch out for though, because if it does hit, you are in the spotlight for a long time, whether you like it or not. Unlike many other legends, Seer's Tactical can be used for, I would say, most situations. It's obviously not like a defensive tactical, but when it comes to approaching a team or going on the offense, this tactical is useful for not only Seer, but the entire team. It even acts like a mini flashbang when it first hits, because it does stun the player for a short duration. Also, the cooldown is only a mere 25 seconds. Need I say more? I feel dirty playing this character sometimes because I have a literal wall hack as my ability. Like, Caustic's traps are great and all. I actually mained him for a long time when I first started, but they only help so much during combat and other situations. Caustic is one of those legends that's really good in certain places, but everywhere else, it's kinda meh. Seer's wall hacks are always good. Like, now I'm thinking about the logistics of it. Like, a hacker could have wall hacks and be playing Seer, and you really couldn't tell the difference in his gameplay. Lastly, let's take a look at his ultimate. Now, this ultimate is actually not that bad. I'm still debating on whether it's better or worse than the tactical, but as it stands right now, it's a pretty good ultimate. Not to mention that it charges fairly quickly, actually. It's very quick. I'm actually surprised by how quick it charges up. I thought it would be longer, but no. Now, Seer's ultimate produces a dome of drones that highlights enemies and their footsteps. Although you can bypass this by crouch walking, but like, come on. If you're not Revenant, you are stomping your feet around trying to find a down enemy to kill. That's just basic knowledge. I mean, I've seen the dome so many times, and I've used it a lot of times. People just don't care. They just run around anyway. His ultimate is a fusion between Bloodhound's scan and Crypto's drone, so you can imagine with me how busted that sounds. And the radius, again, is really, really good. I don't know the exact measurements, but it's large enough where it becomes very useful knowledge about the surrounding area. I know that Candyroo did a video where he was like measuring it, and I think it covered 2 buildings in Capital City. It was pretty good. Like, the more I talk about Seer, the more I realize how busted he really is. I'm calling a nerf, okay? I'm calling a nerf, and when they announce it, you can come back to this video and leave a dislike, because this legend has way too much power. I don't need to be an expert on battle royales to know that one of the most important things to have in a battle royale is information, such as the opponent's position, where they're going, whatever the case may be. Seer is a juggernaut when it comes to information, and he's without question the best legend with information-related abilities within the game. And let's not even mention combining all 3 of his abilities at the same time. That's too much. That's crazy. Now, overall, I would say that Seer is a meta contender, and no questions asked, and to summarize this legend into one sentence, I would say, this is what happens when the developers give wall hacks to a specific character. Like, I can't think of anything else now. This is just a character with wall hacks. Seriously. I would say that Seer is a solid 9 out of 10 because he's stylish, he has amazing abilities, but what I think is very important is that Seer is fun to play. I don't care who the best legend is, if I don't have fun playing them, they will rot within my lobby screen. But no, Seer's a lot of fun, and I mean, who wouldn't enjoy knowing where the opponent is at all times? He's gonna be in every single team. But that's about it for today's video. Thank you guys for stopping by, I really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think about Seer. Do you think he's broken? Do you actually think he's balanced? I mean, you let me know. And before I leave, I again want to let you know that I make gaming content on all sorts of different video games. So you can go ahead and check out my channel, and also a huge shout out to my Patreons and members. You guys allow me to be one step closer towards making YouTube my job, and like, I cannot thank you enough. Like, seriously, all the support has been insane recently, and we're only getting started. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and of course, stay safe.